actually one of the swing bridges we're going over, and this is the Caledonian.
Alright, this is Loch Ness, so keep your eyes peeled. You might see something. You never know when a monster will come out of the water.
Dave and Shirley, where have you been? Down the road we go again. Trekking their way through the USA, boondocking while docking in the Taipei.
So say we're just going to make our way down to Loch Ness, everyone. We're going to go down what's called the Great Glen. If you look at a map of Scotland, it looks like the top of the glen and the bottom of the glen have slid apart, and that's exactly what's happened. So it's a natural fault line in the country, and there's a series of lochs go between Inverness at the top here, and the other end is Fort William. They're the two by far biggest towns and cities within the north of Scotland. The Great Glen is, there's 4 lochs made up in that. There's Loch Ness, there's Lochy, and there's Loch Linney, and at the very top there's Loch, a very small one, Dartford it's called. And in 1801, a man called Thomas Telford, remember 1746, the last battle on British soil. The men are not dying now in battle any longer, and as a result, the family's getting bigger, unemployment's getting worse, and they had a very famous man called Thomas Telford, a very famous bridge builder, and he came up with the idea, let's link these 4 lochs together, because they were never linked fully. So he came up with the idea called the Caledonian Canal, and that links the lochs together, and it's dug out by hand, and we're just about to cross over it. That's why I'm telling you this just now. And there's a series of swing bridges here that lets the boat, and the idea was if you link these together, then the boats would be able to sail up and down from Fort William to Inverness, a journey of about 70 miles, and that would save them a journey of about 400 miles, because they would have to have previously gone round the top of Scotland to get from Fort William back round to here. So if you look here, this is actually one of the swing bridges we're going over, and this is the Caledonian Canal. This was all dug out by hand. Started in 1801 and completed in 1822. But the bad news was, it served its purpose as far as the giving employment, but unfortunately there's a series of locks in the canal. There's one at Fort William called Neptune's Staircase, and there's another series of locks down at Fort Augustus. It's about 30 odd miles down the road, and unfortunately the boats had outgrown the locks, so they couldn't get in. So the only thing they ever used it for, basically, a few very small fishing boats, but mostly it's pleasure craft that go up and down. You can hire a boat and maybe have a week sailing up and down between Fort William and Inverness, or vice versa. It's called the Great Glen, and it's a Caledonian Canal. Great piece of engineering, but just was overtaken by the size of the ships getting bigger and bigger. Loch Ness's claim to fame, it has the most volume of water of any loch in Britain. It's said if you could empty Loch Ness and take all the lakes in England and Wales put together, they would not fill Loch Ness.
Alright, this is Loch Ness, so keep your eyes peeled. You might see something. You never know when a monster will come out of the water. All right, we're going down to Lock Ness Castle. It's in ruins, but they're preserving it. Impressive, huh? Pretty impressive. It's like a trebuchet. Could you imagine slinging those balls that far? It'd probably take you a year just to make one of them out of stone. Was a pretty good sized castle. I mean, there's not much left of it now compared to the pictures and what they figure was the size of the castle. They got a dock and you can go for riding a boat. You have to make that reservations early though. We couldn't get on it. We were going to try, but we couldn't get reservations. Oh, we're doing some pruning and stuff and cleaning stuff away from the castle mound. Imagine just trying to carve the rock round enough to throw it.
Mm-hmm. No, they're saying that may have blown off, like during the explosion.
Oh, really?
If I'm reading that right. It says blocks of masonry may have been thrown here by an explosion in 1692. Because again, this was just part of the entrance gate, so you would expect to find rocks right here.
Yeah.
But I don't know how, if they then built
Must have been
support underneath it, because it wouldn't have landed so perfect.
Well, you never know. Weird. They blew up this part outside the gatehouse.
Julia was right with the Game of Thrones. This is actually the Lord of the Rings. You shall not pass.
Oh, very cool. Oh, this is bigger than it looked like from the other side, isn't it? Huh?
This is the first McDonald's right now.
Oh, the first McDonald's. Oh, cool. Where's the fries and stuff?
They took everything.
McDonald's takeaway menu. Oh, that's pretty funny. So that's what they stole everything. Ransacked the castle.
Final refuge. I'm surprised they let you go all the way down to the water.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, as we continue our tour through Scotland, and there's more to come. So come along for the ride as down the road we go.